Hello everybody, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights, the core campaign. I'm Josh, and this is Keagro's Adventures on the Sword Coast. And today, we're going to get right into the action, and go straight into the Neverwinter Woods. And, although I say action, really I'm just going to explore this area a little bit, and there'll be some exposition. And we'll get Body Knock's second level to his quest. But first, I'm just gonna round up all this stuff around here. Get my map out. This area has the Neverwinter Druids in it, and so we're going to talk to them. And after that, we'll head into the woods proper. One thing I'm going to do while I'm here, or not do, is anything that looks like it's part of somebody's belongings, I'm not going to take, so I'm not going to loot this crate or this chest or any of this stuff. Mostly just for role-playing purposes. I am supposed to be lawful good after all, so... And the first thing I want to do here is come this way. Where there's a gentleman named...
You must help me. I
Why?
already lost a fellow ranger to the animals in this place. He lies just down the southern path.
And we're gonna follow him. And if you remember, Wyvern was one of the escaped prisoners.
Seems another fool has taken my bait. Kill them all. You will not prevail!
Okay, and he has ambushed us with some animals. As he said, he's a ranger. We easily dispatched his animal companions, and now we just have to hit him down to low enough that he wants to talk. Okay. And he is defeated. And we're all stuck, but let's talk to him. Well, I'll have to wait till Body Knock's spell finishes.
You've made short work of my creatures. It would not be wise to let you do the same to me.
Who are you? Wyvern, formerly a guest at the Bulwark Prison in Waterdeep, at your service. Why did you ambush me? It was nothing personal. I thought that you might be a bounty hunter looking to kill me or take me back to that hellish dungeon. I would sooner kill myself than go back to that horrible prison. For 10 years I felt not the sun on my face nor heard the call of the wild. I am a ranger, and for me it was truly hell. Now I am free, and back where I belong. I want nothing more than to be left alone, and never again shall the rank stench of so-called civilization assail my senses. Why were you originally imprisoned? I was born in the forest to the east. My father was a ranger of some renown, and he taught me to love the forest and all of the creatures within it. Life was idyllic, though it did not last. Men came to the forest, human mercenaries on leave from their employ, with the lord of the human lands west of the forest. They turned part of the forest, slaughtered the animals for sport, and crucified my father on a tree when he came to speak with them. Go on. When my father did not return, my mother went to search for him. I found her dead at the foot of the tree where my father hung. She had been brutalized before they killed her. My father still lived and had watched, helpless, as my mother was killed. He died in my arms, and I swore vengeance. And then what happened? I hunted them down, one by one. I found them and killed them. I killed their families. I killed their dogs and their horses, stupid beasts that remained loyal to these men, despite what they had done. When the human lord brought his forces against me, I disappeared into the woods and picked the men off with arrows until the survivors were so afraid of the forest they called it haunted. You were captured. was betrayed by one of my own, a ranger who they hired from the west. He tracked me down and would not listen to reason. He talked of innocents killed and vengeance gone too far. He did not understand. I was captured and taken to the prison. There was no trial, and only through the intervention of the ranger was I not killed outright. But that was many years ago, and the rage has long since faded. My father was avenged, and I only wish to travel the wilds and never see another settlement again. How did you escape? I escaped with the aid of the other inmates, Ysgar, Sturge, Zor, and Delilah. Typically, they were not the type I would associate with, but I was desperate to escape. I could not stand being in that cell, locked away from nature. I don't regret my actions, and did not deserve to be caged. You don't wish to die, and you want to make a deal? Indeed, this need not end in battle. Perhaps you'll allow me to make a suggestion? The bounty is for my ear. I'll give you my ear if you'll allow me to leave. Tell them I'm dead, and let me become a recluse. I'll go into the wild and never return. Due to the fact that you were locked up with no trial, and you would probably be forgiven as due to insanity, due to the rage, I think I'm going to let you go again. Here, this arrow tip should be sharp enough. Yeah, that stings. There, a single ear. Don't spend it all in one place. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a poultice to prepare for where my ear used to be. You've kept your end of the bargain. Go into the wilderness and never return. I thank you for my life. Farewell. Alright, so we let him go just based on my beliefs in the way the law should have been handled. Yes, he did kill innocents, but technically he would probably get off with crime of passion and use of an insanity plea. And I think he's personally served his time. We'll let him go off and hopefully never bother anyone again. Okay, and then we'll come back over here. This is the Druid camp. If you are a Druid, you can actually join the circle by competing with their fighters and gain some special magic items that way. We can't do that because I'm not a Druid, but we can talk to Archdruid Awil. Awil.
Hello there. All of nature's creatures are welcome to this grove. How can I help you?
Who are you? I am the Archdruid Awil, and you are Keagro Hegwood, and you know that. Came in from your lips and carried it to the trees who whispered it to me. Now, how may I help you? What is this place? This is a druid grove. Here, those who truly revere nature gather to discuss, to contemplate, to learn, and even to challenge nature. Usually there are more of us here, but several of our members have gone missing. What kind of... No, I don't care about that. What do you mean they've gone missing? It is a long story, but I sense that you are a man of action, so I shall try to be brief. Thank you. Until recently, this wood was a relatively peaceful place. The nymphs of the wood protected the creatures, and the natural order reigned. But now, something has gone terribly wrong. The creatures have become overly aggressive, attacking everyone they lay eyes on, including those who are considered friends of nature. You mean rangers and druids are being attacked? We can't even seem to communicate with the animals. It's like their minds have been driven mad. They simply want to destroy. I think that something must be wrong with the spirit of the wood. What is wrong with the spirit? The spirit of the wood can use those who live in the wood to protect its existence. Now it is attacking either those who would be its protectors. I do not know what is wrong with the spirit, but it is obvious that it is using the creatures to strike out at anything foreign. I need someone to find out what is wrong, even though the spirit will surely try to kill that person. I think I can handle that. This is not a responsibility to be taken on lightly. I dare not send someone who is only partially committed to the task. I swear I shall do my best to save the wood. Then I thank you for your assistance in this task. There are 2 jobs that need to be done. I have mentioned the first, to discover what is wrong with the spirit. The second is to find the missing Druids. As the Druids were on the same mission as you, it is possible that they might be able to provide you with information you need to complete your primary task. That's false, they won't. But continue. If you can help me save the spirit, I can pay you 500 gold. For each of the Druids you rescue, I will give you 300 gold. Is there anything else I can help you with? What are the names of the missing Druids? I see that I do indeed have proper instincts for this job. The missing Druids include Orlane, Bree, and Terrari. That's all I need. Farewell. Sylvanas goes with you, my child. And then we head over here. If we tried talking to this guy and passing into the deeper woods, he wouldn't have let us without Awil's pass. I don't think there's anything else here. Let me go check it real quick, though. There's a shrub. Go ahead and get the fen berries off it. Okay, and nope, doesn't look like anything. Alright, so let's go back here, and then I'm going to talk to Mr. Glinkle.
Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. I am a staunch proponent of the free exchange of ideas, Keagro. What is it you wish to know? I'd like you to continue your story from before. This is difficult for me to speak of, Keagro. What happened between my father and I, our falling out, is a painful memory. But maybe if I share the tale with someone else, I can ease some of the pain and guilt I feel over what happened. That is a logical assumption, isn't it? Yeah, what happened? My father's days of groundbreaking research in agronomy are behind him. He is an old man, content to putter in his own garden, happily living out his days among his friends and family. But even so, he still receives gifts of strange and exotic plants from distant lands so that he can add them to his garden. It is said that in spring, when the flowers bloom, my father's yard is the most beautiful place on Lantern. It truly is his pride and joy. And let me guess, you destroyed his garden. I wish that had been the only consequences of my actions, Keagro. My father asked me to tend his garden for a few weeks while he went to visit a friend on the other side of the island. Everything went well the first week. I found the work enjoyable enough, though hardly as stimulating as my sorcerer's studies. I even came up with a more efficient watering system he could use on his plants. But in the second week, I noticed the beginning of a rotweed infestation. Gardens get weeds sometimes, Bodyknock. It's hardly your fault. I do not blame myself for the rotweed, Keagro, only in how I handled the infestation. Rotweed is a vile, noxious, crawling vine with a foul, pungent odor. Unchecked, it will overrun any garden in a matter of weeks, choking the life from every other plant. Even worse, the roots release a powerful toxin into the earth, poisoning the soil so nothing else will grow on the land for years. And the most unwanted garden guests, rotweed is virtually impossible to kill. What did you do? The only way to deal with rotweed is through fire applied directly to the vines. If you can make the fire hot enough, the flames will be absorbed in the plant and burned down to the root, killing the weed. I still remember my father, as a child, using oil and torches to destroy a rotweed infestation. It was long and difficult work for the vine resistant to fire, and it is difficult to make the flames hot enough to wither the roots. However, I had no such worries as I went out to the garden that morning. The infestation had only just begun, and I had a secret weapon after all. I was a sorcerer. With visions of how pleased my father would be at the efficiency of my methods, I approached the weed and unleashed a burning hand spell directly at the vine. But something went wrong, didn't it? I made the mistake of approaching the problem without all the necessary data. My actions were logical in the context of my knowledge, but I was operating under a fatally flawed assumption. There was a reason my father used oil and torches to eliminate the infestation rather than sending for the local mage. Magical fire destroys rotweed, but the intense heat causes the plant to violently explode. The vine burst, spewing out molten sap that ignited everything it touched. The roots ignited in the earth, and columns of flame erupted from the soil, raining blazing bits of vegetation down all around me. Were you hurt? Miraculously, I was unharmed by the conflagration, though the entire garden was soon ablaze, as was my father's house and the houses of our neighbors on either side. No one was injured, and for that at least I'm grateful, but by the time the fire brigade doused the flames, all 3 houses were ruined, and my father's prize-winning garden was nothing but ash. It was an accident, Bodyknock. You were only trying to help. It may have been an accident, Keagro, but that does nothing to mitigate the cost of the terrible tragedy. My father is a wealthy man, so he did not begrudge me the compensation he had to pay to his neighbors for the cost of replacing his own home. But his garden was utterly destroyed, and for that he has never forgiven me. Maybe someday I can make it up to him, Keagro. Some gesture to heal the pain I have caused him. Like what? Please, I don't wish to discuss this any longer. The memory is too painful. Perhaps later I will be in the mood to speak more of my tale, but for now we should focus on your mission. The cult responsible for the Wailing Death must be found. And we'll respect Bodyknock's wishes. Alright guys, sorry this was kind of a lot of info today, a lot of exposition, but we'll call it a video here. Thank you for watching, and next time we'll head into the deeper woods. Have a great day. Bye.